Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Rachit Jain and I make videos about student life, tech and photography. In today's video, we're going to target the topic why you need an SSD or a solid state drive as a creator. So if you're a creator, I'm assuming you're struggling with storage all the time because with 4K footage and if you take photos as well, the storage can get pretty hefty, and buying external storage can often lead to an extra expense. And also with the external storage that you buy, if you're buying a normal hard drive that you used to buy in like 2015, those hard drives are not that reliable because if you drop them, they basically get corrupted. So you might be thinking if you need an SSD or not, and this video is exactly for you. I bought an SSD I think about a year ago and it has completely changed the way I work and also the way I shoot my photos and videos. So if you're someone who is creating or beginning to create photos and videos, or you're already in the market of creating photos and videos and you're struggling with storage, make sure to watch the video till the end to know all the points that I think are worthy enough for you to buy a solid state drive. And without further ado, let's dive into the video. So before we get into why you need an SSD, let's target the point: what is an SSD in the first place? An SSD or a solid state drive is basically a hard drive that usually was found inside computers, but these days they are having more external options for solid state drives. These drives, the basic difference from solid state drive to a normal HDD, which you used to get back in 2015, or most hard drives that you find from Seagate and other companies, the big chunky ones, they are mostly HDDs. And the basic difference is that the HDDs have a physical moving part inside of them. So when the hard drive is connected to your computer and it's working, there's a physical spinning part inside of them. And if that spinning part gets damaged because you suddenly drop the thing, or it gets a shock by, if you keep it in your bag without any case and maybe you throw your bag around and it gets a shock, there's a chance that that spinning part might get damaged. And if that spinning part gets damaged, your entire HDD gets corrupted. So your files get lost. There are chances where you can regain your files by extracting some from the old points or something in the hard drive, but that's very minimal, and in most cases you're going to lose all your data from the hard drive. An SSD on the other hand does not have any moving parts, so it's free of any kind of moving parts and it consists of microchips, I think, which help you to keep the solid state drive without any cases or covers. You can toss them in your bag, you can keep them with your laptop all the time, you don't have to worry about them getting scratched up or beaten up. Obviously you cannot drop them from like 2 stories and still expect them to work, but if you have minor drops, let's say you drop them from your hand while you're standing or something, there's a chance it might not get corrupted, and it has a better durability in that condition compared to an HDD. So those are the basic differences you need to know in all cases if you're a creator, because you don't really care about other things. Also, an SSD is way faster than your HDD. On your HDD or your normal hard drives, the usual read and write speeds that you get are around 100 to 200 megabytes if they're good ones, and some hard drives that I usually install inside PCs give you faster speed, but I'm talking about portable storage right now. So the ones that you can carry, I think they give you 100 to 200 megabytes of speed at max, whereas an SSD, usually the basic ones start from 500 megabytes per second. That's your read and write speed, and if you go to higher ones, they can give you 1000 to 2000 to even 3000 these days, where you're getting insanely fast speeds from a solid state drive that you can carry, which is portable at all times, and you don't have to worry about them getting corrupted because you suddenly dropped them or they got a shock from your bag or something. Okay, now let's look at the durability and the form factor of both these hard drives. The solid state drives are usually smaller than the hard drives, and they're also less bulky. The usual hard drives that you find are usually chunky, and the more storage you get, the chunkier they get, and it's kind of difficult to carry them everywhere. If you have storage in your bag, then definitely you can carry them, but it's not very handy and you cannot like slide it anywhere, whereas with a solid state drive you can usually slide it inside your pocket, your jean pocket as well, so it's pretty handy to carry anywhere. They're smaller in size. They have USB Type-C on most drives these days, which is better because USB Type-C and Thunderbolt drives give you faster speeds inherently compared to the normal Type B or the normal USB drives that you used to have back in 2015. So that will help you carry the drives in a better way and also give you faster speeds. Also make sure that these drives, you don't really need a cover with them, but with hard drives most people try to keep them inside a cover as well, and that adds to the extra weight and the extra space that it requires. So the solid state drives are inherently going to be less bulky and easier to carry compared to your hard drives. Also, something that I've been doing recently is I put a Velcro strip on my MacBook at the back, so whenever I'm using my hard drive, so that it doesn't dangle around everywhere, I usually just stick it to the Velcro. I have one strip on the back of my hard drive and one on the laptop, so I stick it there and I just plug it in. So basically it's living with the hinge of my laptop and it doesn't go anywhere. I can carry it anywhere I want. I can use the hard drive on a bus anywhere basically that my laptop can stay in, or in an open condition I can use my hard drive as well. Whereas compared to a normal hard drive, it's usually so big that I wouldn't be comfortable sticking it back of my laptop. Some people do stick it, but then again, you need to have a very bulky or very chunky laptop, or the laptop that can hold it, and it's not as comfortable as others might be. Coming to the next point, let's talk about some of the problems we face as a creator. With the evolvement in camera and with higher codecs and with better quality, we are mostly shooting 4K or sometimes even 8K footage these days, and those files get pretty heavy and pretty big very fast. If you're shooting a 4K file, let's say the one I'm shooting from my camera right now, a usual 10-minute video is around 10 to 12 gigabytes, and that's a lot compared to what we used to have back in like 2015 or 2016, right? So as the storage evolves with better quality of camera, you'll need more storage. And if you are planning on investing more storage in your laptop, let's say if you want to buy more storage internally on your laptop, you'd have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. Whereas if you want to buy an external storage drive, that's usually 100 to 150 bucks maximum. Having more storage on your laptop and giving more price, I would rather suggest getting a hard drive. You can get multiple of them over the years and still save storage on your laptop. And usually you upgrade your laptop like every 4 to 5 years. So when you upgrade your laptop, the storage on your laptop basically goes to waste. You can't really use it that much. But if you have it on a solid state drive or in multiple solid state drives, you can use them over the years and it won't get bad. So I would highly suggest getting a solid state drive over increasing your internal storage and paying thousands of dollars for that. It will give you almost the same performance, not exactly the same, but it will give you good enough performance where you can edit 4K footage easily. I edit all my footage off of my hard drive. I don't keep any footage on my computer natively, and that has not caused me any problem in terms of speed. The only problems I have in terms of speed is because of the processor of my laptop and not because of the storage of my laptop. So I would suggest you to get a solid state drive instead of increasing your laptop storage and save yourself some money. Okay, so let's do a basic speed test regarding the storage on your computer, so your physical computer memory and your solid state drive, to see how fast and how slow the devices are between solid state drive, the hard drive, and your normal computer speed. So first, let's do the one for the computer speed. So first, I'm going to start with this speed testing. This is from Blackmagic. It's a free software you can download on your own and see. And I'm going to give a load of 5 gigabytes, and I'm going to select the target drive as my computer. So my computer should be the target drive. And after doing that, let's do a basic speed test and see how fast it goes. As you can see, the basic write speed from your computer is getting 1200 megabytes per second, and the basic read speed is 2500 megabytes per second, which is really fast, and you can edit almost all kinds of footage from this kind of speed. Now let's test out the one for the hard drive, and let's do the solid state drive first, and let's do the one for the normal hard drive to see the comparison between all the different speeds. So now I've plugged in my hard drive, and I'm going to start by selecting the target drive as my solid state drive, which is the T5. I'm going to give a load of 5 gigabytes, the same as last time, and let's see how the speed works. So as you can see, the basic write speed for the solid state drive is 489 megabytes per second, which is kind of roughly what it ranges around, 498 to 500. And the basic read speed is 527, and that's what it usually ranges around, 500 to 520 to 530 megabytes per second. This is the one from the T5. Let's say you invest in something like the T7 or the solid state drive from SanDisk, you can get speeds up to 1000 to 1500 megabytes per second. And if you go to higher ones, there are some hard drives that give you 2 to 3000 megabytes per second of speed. So that is almost as fast as my MacBook right now, which is insane because you can get the same speed for working on files with a device that is really small and that you can carry with you at all times. Now let's talk about some good options for solid state drives. I personally use the Samsung T5, and I think it has been working flawlessly for most of my needs. However, if I would have to invest in something that is even better, it would either be the Samsung T7s, which are kind of the upgrade of Samsung T5s, but they are also faster, like they're 2 times faster, or the ones from SanDisk. I think the SanDisk Extreme Pros, that's what they call, and the Pro Golds, I think they're the two models. Those have like insane speeds, and they're also reliable because they have like a clutch thing where you can attach a binder clip, and then you can carry that inside your bag, so that's really handy. Apart from that, if you need more security, I think the Samsung T7s have a touch ID on the hard drive, so you can basically keep a password which can only be opened by your touch, your fingerprints, so that is really helpful. But also remember, solid state drives are comparatively more expensive than normal hard drives. Let's say for the same price of getting a 500 gigabyte storage of solid state drive, you can get almost 2 terabytes to 2.5 terabytes on the normal hard drive. So if you're someone who's just editing basic photos, I think there's some good hard drive options from Lacy at least. They have the rugged hard drive which also come with a protection, so that's more secure. So if you're just someone who's editing just photos and no videos at all, then I think the normal hard drives can work for you in some way. However, I would also suggest you to have like a backup of your normal hard drive, just in case your actual main one fails, you at least have a backup. But if you're going for solid state drive, I would say a 500GB is good enough. My laptop comparatively has 256GB of storage, and I use the 500GB for all my working projects. So I store all the current projects that I'm working on in this, and once they're done, I back them up to my normal hard drive, and that hard drive just stays on my desk throughout the day. I don't take it to anywhere else, it's just for backing up. So if you're in the market looking for hard drives, I would say Samsung SanDisk are the good options. Also make sure you select the storage, because if you go for 2TB versus 500GB, the price can vary depending upon your particular budget. So make sure you work around what kind of storage and how much storage you need, but starting even with the 500GB is completely okay. 1TB is the standard, I would say, and most people go for that one since it's a better value. But these two companies, you can never go wrong with them, Samsung and SanDisk. So those are the two recommendations I would have for you guys. So after looking at all the points that I've talked about in the video, you might think who an SSD is really for. If you're a creator in the market who's been creating for a while, I think definitely you should invest in SSD. But if you're someone who's just starting to take photos or get into YouTube or start videos, do you actually need a solid state drive, or you can just work off your computer storage, or you can work off hard drives? I would highly recommend you to get an SSD as fast as you can. You can definitely work off from your computer storage, but as you start piling up on the footage, the storage gets less and less and your applications start performing slower and slower, and that takes a hit on the performance of your laptop. So let's say you want to save the performance of your laptop but also have the storage, and SSD is the right thing for you. Also, if you're someone who thinks you'll just work off of hard drives as most people do, it's not something wrong, but there's a higher risk of damaging the hard drive in first case and then losing all your files that you've been working for. So if you're having important client work, or if you're having important projects that need to be delivered to someone else and it's not just for you, I would highly recommend you to get an SSD. And it doesn't matter if you're starting out or if you're not in the market after a year. Let's say you start out YouTube, you don't enjoy it for a year and then you leave it. You can still have that storage as a normal storage device. It won't go for a waste. You can store everything else that you have over the years on that. It works as a normal hard drive, but it's faster and gives you the performance of something that will help you to edit photos and videos faster and in a better way, without having a lot of problems with your computer or your computer slowing down over time. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found something helpful, and if you're in the market for looking for an SSD, I hope this argument convinced you if you should get it or if you should not get it and wait out for a longer time. That was my point on the SSD, and I think it has really helped me over the past year, and it will continue to help me since I shoot more and more photos and videos every day. So I think it's definitely worth an investment, but it's up to you guys if you think I convinced you enough to get an SSD. I'm in no way sponsored by any of these companies. This is completely my own personal preference, and I'm not even big enough as a YouTuber or as a content creator to get sponsors right now, so that's completely my own true opinion about SSDs. That's it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also share this video with any creator you think is in the market looking for hard drive or storage solutions. That's it for this one. Hope you guys are staying safe. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.